Well, we have disco in your house. To see you, disco. Crisco. To see you. Go, you're wearing two at the same time. Oh. Good, though. Meta. Stay going. Good to see you. Chris, welcome. Take your seat, and we're going to start in about 4 minutes. Oh, we have Jehovah here. How are you doing, Jehovah? Good to see you. Always great, always great. How's everybody doing today? Had a good day? It's good. Wolf? You gotta go around the stage, go up if you like, or take a seat right there. It's gonna start in a couple of minutes. Yeah, say Rob. Come back there. In about a minute, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Sasha, welcome. Good to see you. Inspirational quotes. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Right. All right, everyone, this is that time of the week again. Let's warm up those beautiful hearts and emojis for your host. Before I come to join us, let's see those hearts, everyone. Let's see them. Oh, this is beautiful. Such a beautiful view from up here. I'll tell you that. Let's go. All right. Well, welcome everyone to the Tonight Show Starring Sherwin. I am your DJ Vaditron, and it's so awesome to see you all here, of course, and so glad. This is an amazing show, great guest. So please welcome your host, Sherwin. On out.
Yes, what's up everybody? Sasha, Crisco, JT, what's up? How y'all doing? Whoa, Jim, Meta, Jay, what's good? Bo Chef, Crisco, Jesus, one only Soul G in the building. Yes, what's good everybody? Yes, Mikey, how you doing? Awesome, yes. Woo! Yes, happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome back to the Tonight Show. I'm so happy to be back with you guys tonight. We've got so much to discuss. We've got a great show for you guys planned tonight. But first, DJ Vaditron, how are you doing? How was your weekend?
Oh, it was really awesome. I'm doing really well, and weekend was fantastic. The whole week was really full of all sort of events and everything. But we had a special event at the Market and Meta World, and it was for this beautiful friend of mine, Zix. And some of you know her. She is queen of karaoke. She's awesome, great voice and everything. She's always at those karaoke worlds. And yeah, it was her birthday. It was a surprise birthday, so we made her cry happy tears. So I'll tell you that. It was pretty awesome. And guess what, everyone? We had an awesome DJ Sherwin right there, and it
Yes.
was just fantastic. 2 hours of amazing vibe. I tell you, Sherwin, I tell you, we're friends and all that stuff, but I tell you, this is what people were saying. Did not want it to end. At the end, they were just saying,
Aw.
no, no, ask her to continue. It was so much fun. Thank you so much. How was
Thank
your
you,
week?
and thank you for having me. My weekend was great. It
Absolutely.
was great. We started off with going to Club Premiere. Shout out to Club Premiere, by the way. I think Rock is that Rockadala over
Yes.
there. Shout out to Rockadala, who's going to be on the show in a couple weeks here. Club Premiere. We were back and at it again on Thursday. Shout out to Major and Rock. They've been doing this club for a very long time, and I'm just so happy to go to Club Premiere and just have a good time with my friends. So shout out to Club Premiere. It's always a good time. Now, you know what else is a good time, right? Tuesday night turn up. And that is one of our favorite events that we do. We do that every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Now, this was my view this Tuesday because I was the one on the ones and twos. I love a good, session on the ones and twos. But it's a lot of fun. And next week, we actually got Disco Jesus coming out. So shout out to Disco Jesus. Make sure y'all come out next Tuesday at 10 p.m. It should be a great event. All right. And last but not least, I want to introduce a new world. Now, I've been working on some AI art. You guys have probably heard there's apps out there like Dolly and Wonder and Midjourney. And I decided to actually put together a little gallery for myself with my art. And so if you guys are interested in checking it out, here's the world code. I'm going to be updating it frequently with whatever's on my mind, different art that I'm, creating in the moment. And so it should be a lot of fun. So, and I encourage you guys to do the same, check out these apps because it's very inclusive. You don't have to be good at drawing like myself. Art is for everybody, and I feel like it's very inclusive. So definitely check out these apps, you guys. It's a lot of fun. I'm telling you. Now I'm so excited for our show tonight. We've got the one and only Stovert. I mean, so many of you guys are here tonight. I see Peeps, Moshe, Sasha. I mean, so many of you guys have worked with this man. He's done so much for the community, and I'm just so excited to dive in deep. And DJ, aren't you excited? I mean, he's obviously part of our crew
Oh,
and everything,
God.
but it's gonna be a good show, right?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, I work with him, and it's just such a pleasure working with him. And I tell you one thing really quick. I'm a very, very picky person. It was so amazing to work with. I'm just going to leave it at that. Amazing.
Yes. He puts his all into it. And so we're really excited to talk to him later tonight about some of his work. Now, before we get to Stover, we love a good cup of daily dish. So let's get into it, you guys. Let's talk about what's going on in the world today. And I want to start off with what's going on with Mark Zuckerberg announcing the new Quest Pro. Now, this is obviously the buzz of the week because we all got Quest and VR, right? How many of you guys are actually purchasing this Meta Quest Pro? I know a couple of you guys have already purchased it. Oh, I see a couple hearts. Sasha's getting it. All right. Well, first of all, they announced all the features and everything that's going to be coming with it. And it seems really exciting. I mean, it's a new lightweight headset. It should be more comfortable. I saw the price. It's starting right now at $1,500. Now, I can see why some people out here are selling kidneys for this now at this point because it's getting a little pricey, right? I have to admit. But, I'm really excited to see what some of the capabilities are with this new product. And I actually did some research and I, was looking at why, they're announcing this product and what's going on with Meta, right? And it turns out that Mark Zuckerberg has actually lost $70 billion in Facebook revenue. All right, y'all probably didn't know that, okay? So now he's making up for it with the Metaverse, and he's putting a lot of energy and time into his app, obviously Horizons. We all know about Horizons. You guys probably saw the video. Now they're giving bodies, they're giving legs, and if they give bodies, they better give booties too, because I don't want no flat booty walking around in the Horizon streets, all right? So, I'm really excited to see some of these changes. They're going to be different, and I'm just looking forward to it. And they also said one more thing, that there's going to be this new facial tracking where it actually can detect your facial expression. Now, if that's the case, I'm going to be walking around the Metaverse streets looking like this, okay, with my eyes rolled back, not giving a damn. All right, and I know some of y'all can agree. That's how you guys will be looking too. All right. Now, let's talk about this versus battle that's just got announced. Now, I don't know if you guys heard, but they just announced that there's going to be a new versus battle between Jermaine Dupri and P. Diddy. Now, I love P. Diddy. I think P. Diddy's got a great catalog. I think he's got some great music. We've all heard a P. Diddy song once in our life at some point. Now, when I thought of Jermaine Dupri, I asked myself, has Jermaine Dupri ever put out a song? I can't recall a Jermaine Dupri song, like something that he put out himself, right? So I was a little confused at first as to why they picked Jermaine Dupri. I mean, these two guys are, really, really popular. One of them has founded So Def, the other founded Bad Boy. And so it's going to be really a battle of the producers at that point. And I think once you look at Jermaine Dupri's catalog and see who he's worked with Lotto, he's worked with Mariah Carey, he's worked with TLC. I'm really hoping that he comes out with some of these, guests and just really surprise us because, with all these people that he's worked with, I'm sure a couple of them might be down to come out to the versus battle. But you know who else is for sure going to be there, right? Young Miami. All right, y'all know Young Miami right now. Her and P. Diddy have been talking a lot lately, so she will definitely be there sitting in the front row, guaranteed, okay? But just please, one person I hope they have on the not allowed list is Omarion, because I'm sorry. Omarion, please keep your watermelons at home. We do not want to see you bring no more watermelons to these versus battles, all right? All right, now let's talk about, last but not least, Kanye West, all right? Speaking of rappers, now, he was caught in some hot waters lately. He was at Paris Fashion Week wearing this T-shirt that says "White Lives Matter." Now, we all know Kanye does crazy stuff. I mean, he's said some really ridiculous things in the past. I'm not surprised by this, to be honest with you. He can't even be seen in public anymore. This is how he has to walk around because I'd be embarrassed too if I were him, okay? But he was on Tucker Carlson's show on Fox News, and he explained why he did it. So let's go ahead and take a look. Let's see his excuse.
My dad is an educated ex-Black Panther, and he put a text to me today, he said, "White Lives Matter, ha, 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 ha." And I said, I thought the shirt was a funny shirt. I thought the idea of me wearing it was funny. And I said, "Dad, what do you think it was funny?" He said, just a Black man stating the obvious.
How many of you guys thought that joke was funny, walking around wearing a White Lives Matter T-shirt? I didn't find it funny. I don't know what he's talking about, but for me, that's not a funny joke. I'm sorry, but Kanye's just been doing a little bit too much lately. I think what he needs to do is go back and watch that interview that he did with Van from TMZ when Van lit his ass up. Y'all remember that moment, right? I mean, that was golden. And shout out to Van from TMZ, by the way. I mean, he really took him to task. I'm happy with these journalists who are really calling these artists out for what they're doing. I mean, they're role models, they're influencers. So whatever they say, there's going to be certain people that are going to believe them. So when you're putting misinformation out there like that, I think it could be really damaging. So what I did is I actually went ahead and made my own T-shirt. All right. It says, "Yay, stop," and it's going to be on the shelves pretty soon. I know they're going to be flying off the racks. Y'all are more than welcome to buy one, so hit me up. All right. And that is it for my daily dish tonight. Thank you guys for listening. Now, let's get to our amazing guest, because we have an amazing guest tonight. He's a great friend of mine. He's a videographer, photographer, world builder, marketing expert, just you name it, he does it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring him out, the one and only Stovert. Come on out, Stovert. Hey. Hello. Welcome. All right. Well, Stovert, welcome to the show. I mean, first of all, you've been to the set, obviously, because you're the one who's created this amazing set for us. So you are so familiar with the show, but we are so happy to have you this time as a guest and actually get to know some of your work and things that you've done, because you've done so much. But before we get into it, I'm just curious, did you see my daily dish about the Quest Pro? Are you going to be buying one this year?
Honestly, I probably won't be. I don't see myself as a professional developer yet at that level. I think the Quest Pro is really for people that are developing and using it for professional level. I don't think it's something that all consumers should be using yet, especially because like what we've got on our fucking heads right now, like this works perfectly fine. I can do most things that I'm doing right now, which is pretty flipping groundbreaking. So I don't think at this point in time, like my headset works. I don't think I need to upgrade yet.
Right. And you never know. I mean, maybe they'll make a more affordable option in the near future. I mean, if this starts growing at the rate it does, I'm sure the Quest 3 is going to be coming out, so I'm excited to see what that looks like. But anyways, let's go back to, all about you. Forget about Mark Zuckerberg. I think Stovert is more important to talk about tonight.
No.
And first of all, I'm so curious because I've actually never really asked you this, being friends with you for so long. How did you first get into the metaverse and how did you hear about Altspace?
So it was probably almost 2 years ago now. Well, coming up on 2 years in January. I got my headset, and I didn't know really what I was doing. I was just kind of downloading all of the apps that I could see for free in the App Store. I was playing games, and then a VR chat, and then got Altspace and myself in here, and met a couple people that like-minded creatives, like a couple people that aren't in here anymore. Shout out to Metaphor and Blaze. um, Good friends of mine that were amazing creatives that like we would spend hours like I wouldn't like it's kind of crazy to think about like how long ago that was, but we would be sitting on our headsets like this for like 8 hours at a time, just like going back and forth between Unity and learning all of these different processes. So it was a long journey, but it's kind of crazy how it led me to where we are now.
And it's a crazy journey, and I think it's so unique. And shout out to Blaze and everybody who you just mentioned. Now, I think it's so unique your name, Stovert, because I know your real name. I don't know if other people out here know your name is Steven, but Stovert, is that a play on your name, Steven, or how did you come up with Stovert?
Yeah, that's actually it's a real life nickname, so that's over it. It's all me. It's not like
Yes.
a play name or anything like that. A couple friends. A lot of a lot of you do know I'm an avid smoker. Um, so a lot of friends would say that I smoked like a chimney back in the day. So took Steven and called me Stove. And then another friend of mine just kind of took Stove and turned it into Stovert Ops, like Call of Duty Covert Ops.
That's what I was
ran with
thinking
that.
too at first, was the whole ops, is it like,
Yeah.
covert ops kind of thing? Yeah.
It was all like kind of the play on Call of Duty, and then just ended up using that because it sounded like a good like a good gamer tag type of name, and then it just kind of became my
Well, it's awesome, and we all
digital
know you as
identity.
Dover now.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's who you are. It's part of your identity. And, you know, one thing that I think is amazing is when I first came into this space, I heard about you. I heard Stovert, this guy Stovert, this guy Stovert. And I was like, well, what does he do? And people were like, he does these avatars, right? You do these avatar animations. Now, after learning more about you and becoming friends with you and just hanging out with you, I've seen so much more of what you've done, and we're going to get to all that. But starting from the journey of how I first met you, I first met you through these avatars. Now, what got you into making these animations in the first place, and when did you start making these?
I've been developing them probably since like 3 months since I came into the space. I started doing like the first thing I learned was how to upload a kit into Altspace. That was like one of the first things that I learned how to do. And I came into the space as a photographer, graphic designer. But what I wanted to do was bring in my photos, like my real life photos, and host like gallery events, and then was also offering logos for people as a service. So I kind of figured out how to take a logo that I was making for somebody and turn it into a 3D object. I'm like, damn, I can kind of do that same thing with a picture. So I started making these little cutouts for people where I would take a picture of your avatar and then bring it in like it would be like a little cardboard cutout that you could kind of like pose on your couch or something. And a lot of people would be like,
A
wow, that
billboard.
looks just like, yeah.
Hmm.
People would kind of use them as like placeholders for their avatars. And I kind of always wanted to full body avatars. That was kind of always a goal of mine. So I figured it out. It was Blaze and I who first started doing them together. And eventually I just ran with it.
You know, I love them
Really,
so much. I had to buy myself a couple. You know, I've got a bunch. You guys have probably seen my avatars all over the place. I have a bunch. I love the avatars. It's like being in two places at once almost. It's like you can put your avatar somewhere, and I've actually put my avatar in places where people thought it was me, so it's pretty funny. But let's go through some of these ones. Now you've got that's the Illtown Sluggers mascot that they have from Naughty by Nature, and then you have is that Notorious B.I.G.
yeah, that's Biggie. And
And
then
then
there one's an unreleased little Halloween avatar that I'm working on currently. Unreleased. I'm gonna be dropping a visual on that one in maybe a week or two.
so how do you come up with these? Like, are these just, you know, like for example, like Notorious B.I.G., like are you just inspired by these artists and then you create these animations? Because I know you do also for clients and stuff. Like if you guys want an avatar, Stovert does avatars for the community as well. But then you also do these other ones for fun, like the Notorious B.I.G. and some other ones that you've made. What inspires those ones? Are these musicians that you love, or do these ideas
I
just
think
come to you?
it's a lot of the music that I grew up listening to, and then I'll see things on social media like it was the 25th anniversary for Life After Death, and that's what gave me the inspiration to put the Biggie one together just for social media visual.
Mm.
That's kind of I'm always thinking about social media and kind of like keeping up with the it's like trending and always like looking through reels and trying to keep up with what's going on.
It's always changing. I'm telling you, Instagram, all these apps are changing every year. Now, speaking of avatars, you took these avatars and you actually created a gallery with them. Now, I don't know if you guys remember if you were in Altspace back in March, but there was actually an avatar gallery opening that you had. You know, thank you for asking me to host. I was so grateful to be a part of it. Tell me about why you decided to actually make a gallery out of them, and talk to me about the event. How do you know, think the event went?
It was really cool. I always talk to people about that event because it was the first time I've had my own artwork in a gallery. Like not my own artwork. I've had photos in like gallery shows where they're like spotlighting photographers, and there's a couple different photographers in the gallery, but never had an entire gallery dedicated to my work. And once I learned how to build, I'm like, well, damn, I'm doing some cool stuff with these avatars. I'm kind of posing them like I'm making photo studios in Blender, and I'm taking pictures of them and posing them like they're photos, and it looks like artwork. It is artwork.
Hey.
I just put together the gallery just to kind of display what I was doing.
Do you have, I don't know if you have an answer to this, but do you have a favorite animation or a favorite one that you've created? I mean, I know you've created so many of them, but do you have a couple that are your favorites?
Um, I mean, I love the stuff that I've done with Naughty, the stuff that I've done with Bigger, Better, Meta. A lot of those animations that are coming out in this new video. There's some really cool stuff that I've been working on with that I'm really excited about. Some other ones I have done some like birthday avatars for people and little dancing avatars for people. There's some fun ones, but I
Absolutely.
think
And speaking
the
of Naughty
more
by
fun I'm
Nature,
starting to have is there they are.
right. And speaking of Naughty
Yeah.
by Nature, I mean, like you mentioned, huge group that you work with. Talk to me about working with them, because I know you're also working on them with some other projects. You made some animations for them in the past. You actually went, I don't know if you guys know this, but Stovert actually went and saw them in concert, and got to hang out with Vin Rock and the crew backstage and have a good time. So talk to me about working with Vin Rock and the whole Naughty by Nature team and how that's been.
First off, shout out to Rockadala. He's the one that put that connection together from the jump. Would have never even met these guys if it wasn't for Rock. So shout out to him.
Yes.
It's been really fun getting to work with Vinny and Greg and Slugga brand. It's kind of cool what they're trying to do. They're kind of trying to make Slugga like the next like Marshmallow, trying to give him a digital identity
Hear that,
as
Bad?
a DJ.
They're coming for you.
Let them come, man. Let them be.
It's fun to Greg's a major resource of knowledge. This he does for Naughty and Run DMC. It's always fun to talk to him and pick his brain on music industry stuff because that's what I love. I love anything that's in music industry. That's what I love to do. My
Absolutely.
friends from Milwaukee are all doing music industry stuff, so it's to get to work around that when it's involved in here.
Absolutely. And shout out to Vinrock and Greg, like you said, they're here in the community. They've done a lot for the community so far. Huge supporters of the Tonight Show, so I'm very, very excited to work with them next month, hopefully, and have them on the show. Now, let's talk about your photography because another part of your gallery was actually photography. I don't know if people saw this in the gallery. There was a section where it had your real photos. So you're a photographer in real life. You've been doing this pretty much practically your whole life. Talk to me about, first of all, how you got into photography, and talk to me about some of these shots that you have here. I mean, these are incredible, and the editing on it is phenomenal. How do you come up with these ideas?
Well, I think I got my eye for photography from my dad. My dad always had a camera when I was growing up. We've got like books on books of like family photos that I would be like everywhere with a film camera. Like I should have included it. There's a little picture of me like when I was like 4 years old holding a film camera. Like I was always trying to like grab the camera from him and shoot. I think always had that want to capture and document. That's always been a interest of mine. Is just kind of like this word that I use is the ephemeral. It's kind of like capturing the moment in time. Those are things that I like to study, like kind of like capturing the moment. So that's why I love candid photos. I love shooting portraits and really love concert photography. That's a big hobby of mine, doing concerts.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And speaking of concert photography, we have actually some of these shots that you've taken. You've taken pictures of Megan Thee Stallion. You've taken pictures of Polo G. You've taken pictures of Lil Uzi Vert. I mean, you name them, you shot them. Tell me about working with the. I mean, first of all, I'm assuming it's a lot of fun to actually go to these concerts and see them perform. And on top of that, to take photos of them is probably a huge opportunity as well. Tell me about the experience that you go through doing one of these photo shoots, and then do you have a favorite one that you've shot out of all these musicians?
I don't know. I think the reason I got into concert photography is it's also because I'm a big introvert. Like I don't like crowds. Like I hate being in the pit. I hate being surrounded by sweaty people and like get shoved
Amen.
around. So once I found my in, I could be right in front of the stage shooting concert photos, whether it's going to destroy my ears or not. If people know me or not, I'm super deaf. I'm really hard of hearing, partly because all the concerts that I shoot when I forget to put my earplugs. But yeah, I mean that's part of the reason I got into concert photography was because I love shows. I love live concerts, and get to be both right in front of the stage and when I'm shooting for an artist where I actually get to be on stage. It's a wild experience. There's nothing like it being in front of like 50,000 people like on a stage.
Right.
Even though like they're not there for me. Like, obviously like they're not there for me, but like feels like it when I'm like on stage and all these people are like cheering in the lights. It's a wild experience.
For someone who doesn't like the spotlight, you're kind of in the spotlight
Yeah.
doing those photos a little bit, just a little bit. Now, wait, do you have a favorite one, by the way, out of all these musicians that you've shot? Maybe based off the concert itself, one that you just
Wouldn't
personally
even be
enjoyed?
these ones. I love shooting for Wu-Tang. I've shot for Wu-Tang twice. They're
Yes.
like a super cool group of dudes. Like I've actually gotten to like hang out backstage with them and like eat dinner with them and be, like their tour manager. Just a cool group of people. I think they're probably my favorite group that I've shot for so far.
Yes. Well, shout out to Wu-Tang and shout out to all these, amazing shots. I mean, these are like amazing shots. These look like straight out of like huge professional catalogs, magazines. Like the middle one looks like it's from Vogue. I mean, that's insane how you can just create these moments for these artists. Now, you also create moments and experiences through your world building. Now, you've got into, 3D modeling and building as well. And a lot of people don't know this about you, but you built a lot of worlds that just are incredible. Starting with this world that actually in tonight, this Tonight Show set you created. So first of all, thank you so much for doing this and creating such a beautiful set for us. I mean, for those of you who don't know, I was actually out of town for the whole process. All right, so imagine Stovert working on this world while his client is out of town. I'm all the way over the other side of the country in Greece, but yet he was communicating with me every single day, sending me photos, sending me videos, asking me what I like, what I don't like, and just create such a great experience for me as a client, and I was very impressed by how you handled it. Now, tell me about why you got into world building in the first place, and then we'll go through some of these builds and we can talk about some of these as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, I want to first talk about why I really wanted to do this build. Getting the chance to do a talk show was honestly a really big opportunity for me, so thank you for that. It was an opportunity for me to show what I can offer beyond world building. Of all these commercials that we're shooting every single week, it's kind of showing what can be done with proper marketing on a show. That was really what I wanted to do, is take this one head on and kind of turn it into a full experience of what it would be like to be on a talk show. With the full commercials, we've got Soul G doing these crazy voiceovers every single week. He did a full custom beat and a full custom track, like a fully original song for the show.
It's crazy.
It's like there's no other show in Altspace that's doing that. I think it's really kind of like setting the standard for
you about to make me emotional. You about to make me emotional, literally, because you guys make me so emotional. Because thank you for acknowledging all the work that you put in. Because I want everybody here to know that Stovert didn't just make this world. He comes twice a week, comes in here, edits the world, and then creates a video for the guests. He also edits the video. Soul G creates voiceover for each week for each guest. I mean, and then there's photos at the end. He takes photos for you guys. I mean, this man does it all. When I tell you that it takes a village, this man is like the mayor of that village. All right, like he works so hard, and it shows in everything he does. And one comment that I always get, and I just have to say this, we'll go back to you're talking about your building, but one comment I always get about this show is how amazing your videos are. I think a lot of people watch those videos and they're like so beyond impressed at how you can create such a moment that this has never been done before, right? I mean, nobody showcases what they're going to talk about on the show morning of. I mean, that's like uncalled for, right? And the way that you came up with that idea and showcase it and work on it every single week and put in all this work, it pays off. And so many people see that, and I can't take any credit for it, you guys. I cannot take any credit for it. It is all this man and Soul G. They're the ones who work on the videos. They work their butts off, and I have to just give you your props. So thank you again.
Of course, it's an honor to do it.
Now,
this is such a cool production. I'm honestly to be doing it here.
No, I'm so grateful. I really, really am. Now, you've also, speaking of people that you've worked with, within our team here, you've actually worked with DJ Vad as well, and you created Market and Meta. So that was, and we talk about Market and Meta almost every week because there's so many events going on. I think we've all seen Market and Meta and how amazing it is. Talk to me about Market and Meta. Was that your first time doing like a storefront type of build, and how did the idea come together?
Well, it started with Vad. A lot of this was he had a project that he had previously started, so we had a kind of a template to run off of. And this man is very, very particular, which I love. Love when somebody comes to me with a floor plan. Like he had a floor plan like drawn out of exactly how he wanted it designed. So like when someone comes to me with that level of professionality, it makes it smooth. It's really easy to work with someone like him. It was a really good experience, and love seeing all the events that are coming out of there, all the karaoke nights and the birthday parties, and the
Right.
way they decorated that club downstairs. It's crazy. Like, I can't decorate. Like, I don't do the decorating stuff, so I'm always blown away when I see how people can decorate a space. It
Right.
does blow my mind because I'm not that tedious with my hands in here. Like, I can't like position things as well as I want to. I'll move things on the computer before I start decorating. That's it.
Well, you don't have to worry about it because you pretty much do everything in your building, so you don't have to worry about decorating too much when it comes to that. Now, Market and Meta is an amazing build, and also speaking of the Tonight Show crew, you've also created the Kyle's Legacy build for City Girl. Shout out to City Girl who's backstage working on all the visuals and audios. She loves this build. I'll speak for her when I say that she was in love with this. When we first went, she was so amazed by it. This is the first actual build, and she's been doing Kyle's Legacy events for a very long time in the space, but this is the first dedicated build for her, nonprofit organization. Talk to me about working with City Girl on this project. And, I feel like working on a nonprofit, build, it must also have some value to yourself. Do you believe in the mission and everything that, City is doing for her nonprofit?
You know, great working with City. And what she does with Kyle's Legacy, it's really great organization. Like, I had a dog that passed away from cancer in 2012. So there's
Oh,
definitely
wow.
some personal that went into building it. Like, I definitely put a lot of love into little details hidden throughout the space and making the Rainbow Bridge experience, if you've seen it. You know what I'm talking about.
I know that song, right? If you don't know the song, you got to go hear it. I'm not going to spoil
It
it.
was a fun
But
build.
once you hear it, you won't be able to get it out of your head.
It was cool to work on that one for City, and I'm really happy with how that one turned out. I love the space.
It is absolutely beautiful. And speaking of other friends of ours, friend to the show, Sasha on VR, who's here tonight. You also built one of her worlds, the bunker. I love going in this world. This place is just chill vibes. Like, there's usually a movie playing. We're usually just talking, having good vibes. Talk to me about working with Sasha. You've actually done a lot of work with Sasha on VR. You've done videos with her. You've done different builds. She's a great person to work with. Talk to me about this experience.
Sasha's a great person. Not just a great person to work with. I really value my friendship with her more than anything in this space, and the advice that she gives me on a daily basis. Like, talk through Instagram and voice messages, and I listen back to those voice messages like podcasts. Like, seriously, like, I listen to your voice messages like the preach. Like, Sasha, she's an amazing woman. The stuff that she does
Absolutely.
that doesn't even get talked about in this space, like, it's crazy how it's crazy. I love that girl more than anything. I'm grateful to gotten to know her and work with her, and to even be able to do builds like this for her. I'm blessed to be able to have this space in Altspace. I love hanging out there. I even love going there sometimes myself just to hang out and listen to music. And
Yes. Shout out to
no
Sasha.
emotion.
Sasha, she's always here, huge supporter of everyone who comes on the show. I mean, really one of the biggest community builders here. And also just an amazing admin on Black Alt Spacers and does so much work that just goes unnoticed. But we're definitely going to get into Sasha and her experience very near future. So stay tuned for that episode. Now, you've also worked with another client that came in here, and I met her when she first came in here. It was actually an English teacher, and she came to you and she said that she wanted to teach English in the metaverse and that she wanted a classroom to kind of do that in. Now, you created this amazing classroom. Talk to me about that. Was that your first time making a classroom for a teacher?
No, this was the first time I made a virtual classroom. It was really cool experience that I got to take on. Shout out to DJ Vaditron for setting up that connection. Julie was a great client to work with. She was very easy. She was very clear exactly what she wanted. It's just she let me kind of run with it. She saw my builds. She liked my style. And I told her I could make a virtual classroom and kind of take my spin on what I would think would happen in a virtual classroom. Like, if she was to be teaching a lesson or if people were to be coming in and she's got a YouTube channel and these book deals, like these big publishing deals with think of the name of the company, but one of those those publishing companies that you would get your
Yeah,
college textbook from.
it was like
Um,
Pearson or something like that. Yeah.
one of those like Webster or something like that.
Mm.
But Julie's it was really fun. That was one of the first projects that I worked on that had like interactables involved, like brought her books into the metaverse that people can go and grab off the desk, and like the all of the projectors that are on all of the desks. So like when turn on the web projector, if she's giving a lesson, you can be sitting at the desk and everybody has what's going on at their own individual screens. It's
Yes.
just that was a
Well, this
fun
is
that
a
was a
beautiful
fun
build.
project. It's kind of like
And
seeing what could be done with the future of this tech as far as education goes, and how could be using these spaces for educational purposes, and just kind of like thinking about how kind of stuff goes.
you took the words right out of the tip of my tongue because I was just about to say this really shows the future of the metaverse and what's capable, especially with education and teachers can come in here now and do teaching in here. It's amazing. Now, there's a couple more builds. We're gonna run through these ones. Now, you've created, and these are more personal builds. Now, you've done the lab, which is like your own personal professional studio, and then you also have your gallery as well. Let's take a look at your gallery. Amazing builds. Talk to me about making personal builds. How do you come up with what you want to create for yourself, and why do you choose, to create these amazing builds?
Well, the recording studio, I'd honestly always wanted to make a like my version of a dream recording studio. And another that I've always wanted to get into is actually bringing recording studios into the metaverse. Like, um, worked out of a recording studio in Milwaukee for years. I worked and lived out of the recording studio, and one of the things that I wanted to do was taking that studio and kind of like photocopying it into here, almost like to scale, like taking the studio and bringing it in here. So mostly I did that from memory, and I should have included it, but that's kind of something that I want to do for other studios, like taking, like if I was to get flown out to a studio in LA or something and get to go take pictures and measurements of the space and actually rebuild it, that would be a ultimate dream. That would be really cool. But I like taking
Absolutely.
with my personal builds. I love taking inspiration from like modern architecture. I'm always looking at different modern architecture magazines, and when I'll find something that inspires me, I'd kind of something based off of that.
Love it. And these art galleries are incredible too. You've been playing around with the AI art as well, just like me. I actually learned it from you. I heard about some of these apps through you, and it's incredible some of the art that you've created, through some of these apps. And we can, see a little bit of them from here. And I highly, highly recommend to you guys to check out his gallery. It's really incredible. Now, speaking of different kinds of arts, right? So you've done the photography, you've done the videography, you've done the animations, and then boom, music videos, right? People don't know about this too much about you, but you've done so many music videos, and not just the ones in the metaverse. We've seen you do the ones in the metaverse. You've done a couple actually outside of the metaverse as well, that we're not going to talk about too much today, but we want to focus on the one that you did with Bigger Better Meta. So tell me about Bigger Better Meta. How did it form? I know Solji was on the show too. Our first episode, he talked about it a little bit. But from your angle, how did it come together? And talk to me about the creation and the idea of how the first music video came together.
Yeah. Um, so I don't know exactly how it came into be, but I know Solji was working on a song about the metaverse. So I remember going to the Soul Kitchen because I wanted to go check it out. And as soon as he played the song, I'm like, I could shoot a crazy visual to that. I've always been a videographer. I've shot event videos, like working for
Mm.
clubs. I've done music videos. I've done concert recap events. Like I've kind of been all over the place with videos. And I knew as soon as I came into the metaverse and figured out that I could fly with my PC avatar, it was kind of game over. 'Cause I knew like I can catch any angle that I would ever want to be able to catch. Like it's kind of like infinite possibilities for what I could do in here. And it was kind of the same thing that I learned when I was animating in Blender too. It's like access to as much camera equipment as I could ever want. Like I could be using cranes and drones and getting all of these different angles, and just figured out how I can turn my camera lens into a fisheye lens in Blender. Like I'm learning these different things I could do, where if I was doing this in real life, you need a budget, you need money, you need equipment that you need to rent out, like all of this stuff that costs money, and you need like production teams and all this stuff. And then I do it in here, come into a real life animation. I'm inside of a real life flipping cartoon.
Right.
It doesn't get any more real than that. And I can come in and fly around, and it's crazy.
Exactly.
And so getting to do this music video for Bigger Better Meta, it was a blessing in disguise. Getting to work with this group, I'm blessed to be a part of Bigger Better Meta, and what we're doing in this space. It's really cool. With this music video and then the event that we did, the college week, there was a lot of fun involved in that, and then involving the house party and having Solji come out with his old the Ross Posse and having them do a performance. And now that we've got Nancy on the team and we're this new song that we're rolling out, I'm excited about it. And this new visual, it's a big step up. I've been learning like crazy in Blender and stepping up my game in animation, and was learning, and I'm really excited for everyone to see this one.
Oh, we cannot wait. I mean, I'm sure everybody in here is excited to see it.
Yeah, I don't want to speak too much.
We're going to keep it a secret for now. You guys got to check it out when it comes out, all right? But we do have the first one. We have a small clip of it. So let's take a look and see some of the amazing shots that you were able to get for the first one.
Hey, yo, party people in the house. You about to witness something you ain't never witnessed before. So cheap beats.
Yes. Can we get a round of applause for Stowe? I mean, what an amazing music video. We would show all of it if we had the time tonight, but that was just the beginning clip of it. So what an amazing, amazing shot. And one thing I wanted to showcase in that, if you guys caught it, well, first of all, look at the reaction from everybody. It's incredible what you've done. Now, one thing I want to talk about is the use of, animations and avatars, because you do a mix in your music videos. It's not just all, shot in here. You also do stuff in Blender, like you mentioned. So let me ask you this. Which one's harder, the Blender stuff or directing a group of 50 people in the metaverse? Because I know that's probably hard too.
Depending on the shot that I'm grabbing, it could definitely be tougher in here versus just being by myself in Blender, having nobody direct. But I think there's more technical skill that goes into the stuff that I'm doing in Blender. This is me just in here screen recording. There's a lot of skill that goes behind directing and producing and organizing and putting together the events. So definitely a toss up. They both involve a lot of work.
Absolutely. And it's incredible. We cannot wait for the second one. We're all looking forward to it. So make sure y'all stick around in the near future. It's going to be dropped very, very shortly in the hopefully next month or so. We're excited to see it. Now, talk to me about marketing, because this is something that you've been working a little bit more towards lately. I've seen your Instagram posts and you talking about the importance of marketing in the Web3 era. Talk to me about why is it important that everybody in this room right now thinks about marketing, because we're in the Web3 era. If people don't know, we're living it. We're early adapters of this new technology and the metaverse, and there's going to be a lot of companies and different clients and people coming in, in the next near future, 5-10 years, who knows. So talk to me about why it's so important for us to focus on marketing in the metaverse.
I think having a digital presence in general, it's really vital. Especially now where all of these big brands are going to be starting to come in here looking for who's doing what in these spaces. So having yourself established, like think about all of the work that we're doing in here, like groundbreaking. Like we're on a virtual talk show right now in the metaverse. Like it's being recorded and broadcasted. Like this crazy stuff that we're doing. We're going to clubs in the metaverse. We're shooting music videos. We have virtual influencers, people that have clothing brands. Like all of these people doing all of these different things in here that need to be marketed. There's going to be a lot of people coming in here wondering doing what, and they're going to be looking for the people that have their brands established. I think it's really a key thing to be making sure that you're branding yourselves in here, no matter what you're doing. Because everybody that's taking on the virtual space right now, you've got a brand. And if you're somebody that just likes to come to events and have a good time, it's a brand. You're an explorer of the virtual space. Like there's stuff to document. Branding with that, there's so much you could be doing, and it's important.
Absolutely. Hope you all are taking notes because this man knows his marketing. As you can see, what he's been able to do with the show and so many other amazing projects that you've been a part of. I mean, you guys listen up when he talks about marketing because it's really, really vital for your career here in the metaverse and growing and developing yourself and your skills. Now, if people are they're curious to learn more about your marketing, or maybe they're interested in a build, or maybe they want to hear about your experience with videos, how do people get a hold of you? What's the best way? And do you have I guess you have a website as well, right?
I've got my website. Currently working on getting a Calendly set up. But there is a contact me page on the website. Go straight to my email. So any inquiries for any projects, just hit me up on there. I'm quick to respond to. Within a day type of guy to respond to an email. So constantly check in. So please don't be afraid to reach out. I'd love to talk about any projects you guys want to work on. Anything to builds, videos, anything you guys want. So get in touch.
Well, can we get one more round of applause for Stovert, everybody? I mean, thank you again, Stovert. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And I know you're always so busy, helping me, but I'm so happy that tonight we were able to shine a spotlight on you and really talk about the amazing work that you've been able to do in this space and continue to do in this space because you're not done yet. So
just getting
before
started.
we let you go, sorry, go ahead.
I said no. I'm just getting started.
You're just getting started. I mean, seriously. And this was the start of a new beginning because now a lot of people in here who didn't know what you were doing in the space are now a little more aware of what you're doing. So be careful, y'all. Stovert's on the rise. You better be careful, okay? He's going to be doing some amazing things in this space, all right? All right, so before we let you go, I want to play a game. Of course, we can't let you go without a fun game. So I want to get some help from, of course, your good friend, Sasha on VR. Come on over. We're going to have you help us tonight. And I'm also going to bring someone from my team. Let's get Meta Day over. I need Meta Day as my teammate. Get some help from Meta. Yes, y'all. We love these ladies. They played games before on our show, so they know how it works. Come on over, Sasha. Come on the couch. All right. Hello, Meta. Come on over. Come on over. First of all, I usually forget to do this, so I need to do this a little bit more often. But why don't you guys just introduce yourself to the audience and tell everyone who you are, in case they don't know yet.
Everybody, I'm Meta Day. A lot of people call me Meta. I am the brand ambassador for the D Nice collection. Been on Altspace since May, and it has changed my life tremendously.
Yes.
Hello, I am Sasha on VR. I am a branding, marketing, business guru. I'm the bitch. I just do great things, and I'm pretty dope. Oh.
Yeah.
Been in the metaverse for quite a while now, but yeah. Tend to move in silence. Just how I like to do things.
Well, we're so happy to have you guys. Thank you guys again for playing. So tonight we're gonna play a game called Dictionary. Now, you guys might have seen us play with this with Ryu before on one of our episodes, but we're gonna change the rules a little bit. So we're gonna have Stovert and Sasha. You guys are gonna be one team, and Meta and myself are gonna be the other team. Okay. What's gonna happen is Blue's gonna be messaging. We're gonna take turns. So one of us is going to go up and we're going to do the drawing. All right. Blue is going to be messaging us the word that we have to draw. We'll have 60 seconds on the clock for our partner to guess. Now, if we guess it correctly, we get a point. If we don't guess it right, then unfortunately we don't get the point. All right. Now, you guys all have a pen tool. So make sure you guys whip out your pen tools. All right. And we're going to have a little bit of fun with this. All right.
Oh.
So
How
let's
do
go
you get the
ahead
pen
and come
tool?
on over.
You know I can't draw. That's why they asked me to do this.
Yeah. How you
All
get the
right,
pen
let's
tool?
just move over just a little bit, Blue, if
How
you
you get
can.
the
A
pen
little bit
tool?
this way.
Oh, it's in your
All
items.
right, we're going to move it to the center
Like,
just a little
shout
bit.
out to I see
Settings.
Blaze in the
And
audience
go to
over there.
items.
Blaze.
Okay, thank you.
Shout out to Blaze. If you don't know Blaze, seriously, this is one of the men that I started learning.
Yeah,
in
Blaze
Altspace
is like
with.
an OG.
Okay.
Big OG. A lot of people don't know this man. He had the Temple Hub
Yes.
back in the day. And he's one of the people that I would spend hours on this platform learning with. And she would come back. I'm honored.
Yes.
So fucking happy to see him here right now.
Aw, I love that. All right, so why don't we come on over here, you guys? So Meta, come over here next to me, and let's have Sasha and Stovert go on that side of the board. All right. So I'm gonna
Pray
maybe
ahead
who
of
should kick
time.
us off? Let's have Sasha. Sasha, you're gonna kick us off first, okay? All right. So you're gonna be drawing. Stover, why don't you go ahead and go down a little bit so you can see Sasha. Meta, we'll come down a little bit too, so
Oh,
we can see.
you're right.
We can laugh a little bit at these drawings. All right. So we're gonna put 60 seconds on the clock. Blue is gonna message you a word. So Blue, go ahead and message Sasha on VR her word. And when you get it, Sasha, let us know. Make sure you guys are online, by the way, as well, so you guys can get the message. And then once you get the message,
We play this all the time in VR chat, y'all. Just let y'all know. So that's
yes, if y'all know a good quick draw game.
Had a little practice.
and she know I can't
All
draw.
right, here we go.
Okay,
Let's
here
get
we
60
go.
seconds on that clock. And here we go. Your time will begin when the timer
The
starts.
game begins in 3, 2, 1.
Shit.
Drawn in the board. Gotta get though.
Is it a planet?
Can't see it.
Saturn?
No.
Is it
No.
like a hamburger? Is it a burger?
Yes.
Random?
Yes. Yes. You
A
got it.
burger?
It's a burger?
Yes.
got it.
All right, ding, ding, ding.
Oh,
Did you
God.
say a
Looks like
planet?
team
Did you
one
really
got
say
it
a planet?
right.
I was like,
It looked
she's
like
drawing
Saturn. You had the
Saturn.
I
ring
was a
around
little
it.
confused. I was like, what is that?
Can you see it?
All right. Okay,
When you
let's go ahead and
scroll
get rid of. So
Sesame
team
Seed.
one, you guys got 1 point.
Can't
Great
see it.
job. All right, so let me see if I can delete this. All right, actually, I think Sasha, you might need to delete it. All right, Meta, I'm gonna draw next. All right, so
Okay.
some telepathy. All right, feeling my energy? You feeling my energy? Because I'm not a good drawer.
Yeah,
all right,
but I can't
you guys
see the
feel
board.
my energy.
I can't see the board.
All
I
right.
can't see the board. Oh, God, I
Can't see the board?
Mm.
Okay, well, can you see the pen? See my drawing?
Nope.
Now see the drawing? Hey, can you re-enter real quick? Enter?
Sure.
Yo, you know, Altspace, we got some technical difficulties sometimes. But how's everyone's Wednesday going, by the way? Everybody doing good? Everybody feeling tonight? Sasha, what did you do today, by the way? I know you've been
I
having a
don't know. I
busy
had
day
to take
today.
care. I had to take care of a lot of business stuff, IRL, to be honest. And then I hung out on Horizon, thing how to build
Okay,
a lot.
and how to write? Have they done the bodies yet? The full bodies?
No, that's not yet, but that's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Are you? What do you think? So you said you bought the Quest Pro, right? When I was looking, in
I
the
purchased
audience, you
it
said you bought the
yesterday.
Quest
After
Pro.
the keynote, I went and purchased it.
Well, what was
Rockadollar
it
said
about
he was
the
the
Pro?
first, but I doubt it.
Oh my god! Now tell me about like when you bought it. Was it like what made you buy it? What was it? Is there a reason or a feature?
Which is
something
really
that spoke to
interesting
you?
that I purchased it because me and Adrian and I talk about this. I am not buying I'm not buying the Crest Pro. I don't need it, but I look at what it is that I do that a lot of people don't know that I do on these platforms, which is a lot of creative things that I kind of like keep to myself a lot. And the fact that I know that I am going to be developing games because I've already started developing games and apps because that was my entire priority to come into the metaverse to begin with. I'm not a socialite, just someone who has in a business. So for me, getting the Quest Pro is beneficial as someone that is, gonna be doing the business side and the creative side. Not just an average gamer or someone that just sits on Altspace and talks all day. If that's the case, I would just stick with the Quest I have on my head. So there's a lot of benefits to
I'm
that.
looking at myself like, what do
when
I
it
do?
comes to the
I sit
business
here and talk
side.
all day. Maybe I.
You still just stick with the Quest.
I'm sticking with the Quest, y'all. I'm getting called out.
So
All right, Meta, can you see the board now?
Rockadollar talking shit to me.
A lot of people don't talk about that.
You see my drawing?
Yeah, I don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't see. Yeah, I can see your pen. Yes, I can see. We're
Okay.
good.
All right. There we go. All right. So I have my word. So we're gonna go ahead and draw. All right. You ready, Meta?
Yep, I'm ready.
I'm gonna try my best. All right. Let's get 60 seconds on the clock, DJ Vad. Here we go.
The game begins in 3,
All right. Oh my God.
2,
This word is
1.
so bad. No, this is already bad. No.
A comb.
No.
Comb.
No.
An elephant. A rhinoceros. Dinosaur.
No.
Who's that? Tyrannosaurus. Batman. A whale. A rainbow. A unicorn.
Yes, unicorn.
Oh, wow.
All right. We got it, y'all. We got it. All right. I was a little concerned, y'all. Shoot. Like, I know why Blue Moon because when I've seen a horse before in the past, it did not look like a horse, all right? So, I'm happy that one, Meta, you got that one good. All right, let's delete this picture. Stovert, you're going to be the next one. All right.
All right.
These pictures. Moving on to round 3.
I think we should be good. Meta, can you delete yours?
Yeah, we got
here?
this.
Let me see that.
There we go.
Like VR chat over here, Meta. Scribble.
I got the scribbles.
I'm trying to get it. I don't know how to do it. Hold on.
Oh, there you go.
Let's see.
Once you pull it up and then hit your X.
Okay.
Got that one. Don't worry. I got the
do it
scribbles.
too.
Don't worry.
Okay.
You
All right,
go.
there you go. Just the pen is right here. Do not click on the trigger though until you're ready to draw.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Won't let you
Alright, there
down,
we go.
Stovert. I don't think.
No, we got this.
All right. So Blue, did you message Stowe his word?
Yes,
Stowe,
I
you got
did.
your word? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Get 60 seconds on that clock.
The game begins in 3,
Here we go. Tie 1-1, y'all.
A dollar bill, lighter. A lighter, camera, photography, photos,
Which one?
photography camera.
Hey!
Oh, okay.
Camera. That one was an easy one for him to draw. You all know he knows how to draw a camera. Come on now.
It's like we
All
got this.
right. Great job, you guys. All right. Well, you
But
guys are
but
leading
photographers
the way
and
right now.
photographers, what that is.
Right. All right, Meta. It is now your turn. All right. It's tied, so it's all on us right now. We got to get this one right. All right. All right. So Blue is gonna message you your word.
Okay. See it.
All right. And once you get your word, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the canvas. I'm gonna get over here so I can get a good view. All right, DJ Vad, let's get 60 seconds on that clock.
The game begins in 3,
Right.
2, 1.
Come on, Meta, let's go. Okay, a star. A starfish. Starry-eyed. Star moon. What is that? What? Starbucks.
Starbucks. You read my word
Star
right?
with a banana peel. Star with a banana peel. Banana peel. Slipping on a banana. Oh my goodness. Oh no.
Starfish.
Oh my god. What was that? Yeah, tell us.
Was supposed to be. Well, if I did the star, I thought you would have got cowboy as far as like Dallas Cowboy.
Oh, cowboy. Y'all
Cowboy.
got cowboy from that?
Yeah,
Let me
I
see.
thought that was a
See, you guys,
starfish.
the audience. Y'all think cowboy? Y'all thought cowboy? No. I don't know about that one, Meta. Oh, it's
That's a
wrong.
cowboy. It's a cowboy
I
right
can see
here.
it. It was on the way to cowboy. I can see it. Yes.
Thank
cowboy.
you.
All right. So we're gonna go to our
I
final
tried.
round.
Okay.
No, you did great. You did great, Meta. We've got one more round left, all right? Stover and I are going to be doing the drawing. Sasha and Meta, you guys are going to be doing the guessing. All right, we're going to get the same word. So this time it's a test. Whoever can get it first, all right? All right. So Blue Moon is going to message us the same word. Once we get that word, we're going to start drawing. Stover, you got your pen ready? You ready? This is winner takes all right here, okay? Whoever wins this one wins the whole game.
Okay.
Right.
Make this red. It's gonna be tough.
Oh.
Wait, you can change
Hey.
the color of the pens?
Well, that's why I
No.
said the drawing's gonna be tough.
No,
'cause
it's in red.
Oh.
It's in pink.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I thought the same thing too. I'm like, I
mind
need to change the color.
blown. Okay.
The thing what I'm drawing
right.
isn't red.
You ready, Sto? Here we go. Let's get 60
Wait, I
seconds
picked
on
it.
that clock.
The game
All right.
begins in 3,
You ready, man?
1.
Marine. Well, what's that? Bumblebee?
A fish?
Oh,
Movie?
Sasha got it.
Oh,
Oh my God. Sasha got
I thought that was a
it.
fish. Shut up.
These were my
The
wings.
stripes
This
is
is my
on. Once he
attempt at
did the
wings.
stripes and the finger, I was like, wait, it's the finger.
Just
Yes.
need the smiley face.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, can we get a round of applause for Sasha and Meta? Thank you guys so much for playing with us. We appreciate it. Thank you guys so much.
Congrats.
All right, and thank you, Sto, for playing with us too. All right, let's go ahead and take our seats. All right, we're almost done with you here, Stovert. Come on back. All right. Then let's get this board down. All right. Well, Stovert, thank you again so much for coming on the show. You are, I mean, you've done so much for the community, and we got to talk about a lot of it tonight. Now, if you had to leave, you know, the audience with one last piece of advice or one last message for them, what would that message be?
Man, start getting your brands together. If you don't have a brand in here, I mean, you have a brand in here. If you're doing something in here, if you're sitting in this space right now looking down, you see virtual hands existing in this space and you have a brand of some kind. Start putting that together because we put in too much work. We spent way too many hours developing this stuff to just give it up and stop doing it. I need to start seeing you back in here also. Besides that. But man, start getting your hands together, seriously. Like the wave is coming, especially with these new headsets coming out. There's about to be a lot of users coming in here, a lot of work coming in this space, a lot of companies are going to be coming in here. Big budgets, like no more like community budgets trying to compete with people and compete with prices. It's like you get to really set your budgets and get a professional budget for people that are going to be coming in here ready to spend money. So these brands together, because
Absolutely. You guys heard it here from Stover himself, you guys. Keep your brand in mind, marketing, all that, so important nowadays. Thank you again so much, Stover, for talking to us tonight, sharing your experiences and your advice with us. Again, we are so happy for you and cannot wait for what the future holds for you here in the metaverse and beyond. So thank you again. Let's get one more round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Stovert. Yes, thank you again, Stovert. Let me give you a hug. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you. Yes. All right, y'all, give him a round of applause. Yes. Those hearts going. Yes. All right. Yes. Now, what a great interview, you guys. What a great show. I mean, I had so much fun tonight.
That's me.
Not only is he a good friend of mine, but we got to learn so much about him tonight and all the amazing things that he's done in this space. So let's just get right into it, you guys. Let's get into our closing thoughts. All right. Now, I want to start with you over there, DJ Vad. Talk to me about how you felt about everything tonight that you heard.
Oh, he was amazing. I mean, Stovert is an amazing guy, and I have to admit, we were not friends when I started working together on Marketing Meta, and he helped me with all that amazing work and the world building. It was so detailed and so amazing to work with him. So easy to work with him. He was always one step ahead of me, and he totally over delivered. The project that I had in mind. So I'm so extremely happy with it. And the other thing, always like have to shout out to all the audience, guys. You're just amazing. Every day, every week you show up, all the love, all the support, amazing. Gotta give credit where it's due. So amazing, and the team over here also. What I'm trying to say is that the amount of talent in this world is it's just amazing bunch of people here, and find a group of people that you want to hang out with, build your brand. I totally agree with Stovert, of course, and have fun. This is the beginning, people. We're the pioneers, and we're defining this. Let's define it properly.
Absolutely. Yes.
What
I
you, Sherwin?
completely agree. I have to completely agree. I mean, there's so much talent in here. And one thing I just love about Stover is his demeanor. I mean, you guys hear him. He's so soft spoken and so calm and cool and collected all the time. He might not be all up in your face like a lot of us are. Maybe some of y'all consider me a little bit. He's a little bit more soft spoken. But those are the ones that you got to worry about and watch out for, because their minds are just so creative, and the things that they come up with. Like, one thing I've learned about introverts is that they speak when it's necessary because they want to add value to what's being said or add value to what's being done. And Stover is one of those people that you may not see him or you may not hear him all the time, but he's worked on so many projects behind the scenes and has done so much work. And tonight, we really got to talk about a lot of it. So when you guys see this stuff, go out, find out who's making this stuff happen in the metaverse, because it takes more than just one person, okay? When you see these shows, when you see these videos, when you see these events, when you see these builds, when you see all these amazing things that are happening in the metaverse, it takes a team. It takes more than one person. It takes creativity. It takes ideas. It takes a process, right? And I think it's amazing that we got to learn from one of the best tonight. And there's so many other people out there that are just like Stover, that are like you yourself, that might have a different thing that you're good at. Maybe it's hosting. Maybe it's building. Maybe it's community building. Whatever it might be. Find what you're good at. Find your passion and do your best at it, because you have nothing to lose in this space. You hear about these music videos that Stover shoots. I mean, you can imagine how much work and time and money would go into something like this if it was in real life. And we have this opportunity to do it in here, and it's at the tip of our fingers, right? Let's take advantage of it. Let's take advantage of it, and let's make the most of this space. All right. Thank you guys again for coming out. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you guys so much. And we have Miltnificent next Wednesday at 10 p.m. He's over here tonight in the audience. Shout out to Miltnificent. He's a big YouTuber and vlogger. We're going to talk about a lot of the amazing things that he's done on YouTube and in the metaverse and so many more. So make sure you guys come out next Wednesday at 10 p.m. Thank you all for coming out again. I appreciate you guys. Thank you to Blue Moon and City Girl and DJ Vad and Soul G, and of course the one and only Stovert. Hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday night. Mwah. Thank you guys again. We'll see you next time.
All right. Remember to wait for a few minutes to take that group picture.
it was.
All right, a couple of people actually